All right, guys, what is going on? What is good? Yo, today has been pretty wild, bro. Pretty wild, I must say. But it's been a good day. It's been a good day, dude. I was so close to ping-ponging the market today. I fucked up the short, got stopped out in profit, missed the whole fucking move, but I caught the reversal. So I got out like right here. This little imbalance right here, I got out right there. Know what I'm saying? Like right before we started the stream, dog. Okay. Just one little measly. One little measly micro. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. But we'll talk about it. We'll go over it. And I'm going to talk a lot of shit. I got to talk a lot of shit, baby. Let's see if we get 19,800. I'm not in a trade anymore. Obviously. But I didn't want to end up having it come all the way back to my entry because, like I said the other day, you know, I wasn't up 1,000, but I was up like half that. I'm like, all right, $500, decent day. I'm gonna go ahead and lock in. And then I was like, fuck, the PM session's about to start. We might end up taking this low or come down for these lows, and I don't want to see that happen. So I went ahead and just took profit on that. Although I still think CPI, I'm just gonna say data. I think data highs are still on the table. But dude, I'm telling y'all, dude, NQ was an absolute bitch this morning, dude. Like, a lot of us were looking for lower pricing, right? And we got it. But like, bro, we spiked up so many times like before we continued. You know, it's like, dude, how many times are you gonna do this shit? And then so we'll talk about shorts and we'll talk about longs. We'll have a good time and all that shit. But I'm done for the day. I'm not doing anything else today. I feel like if I do, I'm gonna give back, and I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? What was yesterday? Who even knows? Tuesday. What did I do yesterday? The Dow. That was the Dow, wasn't it? Yeah. That was the Dow Combine one. Okay. Yeah, all right. I'm just making sure I got my shit together. I gotta write stuff down, chat. I never do. I got a couple things written down here. 55.72 for ES. I mentioned that in Discord, and I also mentioned 19,523.5 for NQ. Mentioned that in Discord as well. And then we'll talk about how I got in at 1020, that little down candle right there. A little bit of drawdown, but pretty much expeditiously into profit. And you gotta fucking love that, right? You gotta fucking love that shit. So yeah, we'll talk about shorts. We'll talk about longs. I'll probably throw in some dad jokes if I can do it. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. Know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful day outside. I'm at the right around the top down today. 74. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. All right. We got in here today. What's good? Felix, Robert, Naruto, Eminem, Marshall, Willow, Mason, Toby, Remy, Monkey, MJ, Eberneth, Shay, Crispy J, Sean, Brian, Ricky went crazy today on the shorts. I tried. I got stopped down in profit like a dumbass. You know, I was like, I gotta go break even. It's cool. Knocked out. All right, maybe I'm wrong. Boom, runs to original TP. I'm like, fuck. You know, I would have been done there and I wouldn't have had to focus to go long. But the moves were equally respectable. Actually, arguably, if we get 19,800, first of all, I'm gonna say I fucking told you so. Secondly, the up move on that would be bigger than the short lower. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm feeling pretty bullish, dog. I'm feeling pretty bullish. So, anyway, where did I leave off? Let's see, 2020. Amin Zakjo Gessner. Zakjo grabbed a nice 1 to 3. I'm not gonna tell you what I got, but it was pretty good. Beautiful day. Internal range liquidity, and in the markets we up. Very nice job, Brian. I don't know what you were saying. Same too. Did everybody get stopped at break even today? Is that what happened? Did we all just take break even trades today? Like at some point, or was it just a banger? Was Ricky just out here hitting home runs and not telling anybody? What's going on? We got to get a consensus here, man. We got to figure it out. What, did I miss anybody else for the intro? Simon and Aaron was Gucci. 20 micros, Jesus. I had my little one. I had my little one. But no, that was on the funded account. So yeah, Ricky and I had a conversation yesterday, and I like Top Step, don't get me wrong, but when you get funded, they take 60% of your position size away, right? Oh yeah, we'll let you trade a combine, we'll let you trade 5 contracts, and you pass your shit, and then it's like, oh, well now you get to have 2. What the fuck? So then 2 micros is under leveraged, and then 1 E-mini is too much. So you're like, well damn, what do I do now? Over leverage or under leverage? Like, you're fucked either way. But that's all right. That's all right. That's why trading your own money is, to me, always still the greatest. That's what she said. Damn it, Ricky. Damn it, Ricky. I don't even know what you said that to. You just subscribed today, Gessner? Or did you get a membership today? Cameron went long on Dow. Ooh, brother. Cameron, I expect better from you. Cameron. Honestly, I expect better from you. And you're telling me that you long Dow, bro. We gotta have a talk. We are gonna have to have a talk, my friend. Why would you do that? I mean, if you're up, that's cool, but it's just dog shit. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's dookie shit. ES is at least halfway better. You know, it's halfway decent. It ain't to data highs. If anyone's gonna take the data highs today, it's gonna be Nasdaq. If we don't, it's fine. Because again, I'm not in anything besides like stocks and stuff. Like, that's fine. But as far as futures trades goes, I don't have shit. Fade Top Step. Oh, well, look, man, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. All right, I'm just here to tell you what it is that I do and what I like to do. All right. Anyway, partialed and just added 1 back on after seeing bullish divergence with the other 2 after the afternoon session open. Hopefully have a run for the afternoon. I think so. If I had to pick direction, I'd be bullish. I opened up with that, started with that, and I've continued with that. Caught the last row. Oh shit. Caught the last row of 4 hours on British pound. A quasi trading night. Who was it that was trading gold today? Gold was a nice trade. That was a nice setup on gold. I took that exact same setup on NQ though. Good old 5-minute inversions, baby. Easy. Too fucking easy. Top Step was selling in 1 hour demand. Price reverse shorts covered because they didn't get the objective below back to New York open. You guys know you signed up today? I thought you signed up yesterday. Or were you here yesterday and then signed up today? Because I feel like you were here yesterday. Welcome back. I'm glad you're back. You know what I mean? Trying to get the viewership up. It seems like the 40s and 50s. We were up to like 70s and 80s at one point, and then I don't know what happened. So now we're back in the 40s and 50s again. But you know, what do you expect? What do you expect? All right, so let's start somewhere. Let's go over. I don't remember what I said first today. I think it was ES. We'll go over there. We'll go over there first. All right. So one of you asked me a question. You said, I don't know what you said. I only screenshotted what I had said. So at 9/11, interesting time there. And to answer your question, I said, I really don't know. At 9/12, I said 55.72. Yep. 0.75 is clean lows for ES. So that was 9/12 was about right here. Was about right in here somewhere. $9.12 is right there. All right, that kind of looks shitty, but it's fine. We're not going for perfection here on the drawing side, but I said I don't trust going long yet. Okay? I don't trust going long. Do we have anything in here that would suggest that a low's been set? Not really, even though that's a long wick below that low here. Sure. But again, if you were to zoom out, right? If you were to come over here and look over to the left, right? Look at that. Look at that nestled back in there, dude. 3 p.m., 3:39, and 3:54. So basically all of after hours yesterday. Triple lows, 55.72. You see that? One of the rules that I gave you a long time ago, year and a half, whatever it was. And I said, this rule will protect you more than it will hurt you. But one of the rules is I don't long when there's equal lows. That's right there. Okay. And I know it's dimmed. I did that on purpose because I had already I changed the opacity. But before that, prior to that, 55.72 or 73 if you want to round up. Okay. So when you asked me that question and when I mentioned that I don't know, it's because I was trying to see, did we make a low? We had just reacted off of what I believed this morning to have been a mitigation. See that? 7 o'clock, we had CPI, right? I think it was CPI. Anyway. Look at Nasdaq fucking around, dude. Love that shit. All right. That actually let's come back for a second because that actually brings me to a really, really good point. You see these highs right here? Nasdaq cleared that. See that? Nasdaq almost takes CPI highs, but it doesn't. Okay. ES, those same highs are lower. So ES does not go higher. Does everybody see that? It doesn't go higher, doesn't even get close to CPI highs. It trades lower instead. So that is what? A signature of weakness. Yes? That is a signature of weakness. We trade lower. That, excuse me, these two down candles here, because that small one, it is a down close candle. Those two put together, boom. That is a mitigation. And then that's why I said there's clean lows yet. I don't trust going long. Up candle here, boom, respects that. Okay, I actually shorted in here and I took a break even there too. I was getting like, the market was not letting me have it today. They were not letting me have it. They were like, yeah, we'll give it to you and then we'll let you go break even and we're going to yoink that shit and dump. So I got stopped out, break even on NQ and ES. And then we still got 55.72. I'm like, son of a bitch, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, 2 break evens? So then I watched that go lower. And then, of course, you know, I had to do my, I told you so. There it was. And then this is where things get interesting. Okay. You remember yesterday? Of course you do. You don't forget. Remember yesterday, in the regular trading hours for ES, because the TP is skewed if you don't have regular trading hours and if you're looking at electronic. But there was a market maker buy model here. These lows, right, and consolidation acted like what? A sell model. Big consolidation. We ran higher. What's this right here? Well, fuck. I don't know how many highs. We cleared out so much shit, dude. All right, check this out. Boom. Previous day's high, yes? Today's the 12th. Yesterday was the 11th. Boom. There's previous day high. We got $24 points above that. So there's somewhat of a measured move there. Okay. So that means what? Again, to me, the original consolidation is here. Right there. To me, that's it. It's just that. Now, mind you, this whole thing here is a consolidation because it's staying within this range until, I hate to use the word breakout, but it stays in this range until it leaves it and then gets to the manipulation portion. So, Ricky, I don't know how many points it was. I'll have to go look at it when we go to the Nasdaq portion. So this, okay, why would I point to lows? Why would I, again, I shorted, I got broken even before the move. So I, you know, fucked that up. Entries, dude, I get no shit. I get the most gangster fucking entries there are. And I know you guys do too. But one of my biggest flaws, I guess, is trade management. Sometimes I move the stop too early. I'm not afraid to admit that. I don't give a fuck. Sometimes I move it too early. Today was one of those days. Okay, it happened like twice. So, all right, I got broken even before the move. However, why do you think I would be shorting and pointing lower? Because again, this right here, we already pointed out what? Manipulation, weakness, okay? And remember the law of what? I think it's the law of logic. Buy low, sell high, the law of logic, right? I think. Whatever the fucking title is, number one. There's premium. 50% and up. Okay? Well, up to the high, but nonetheless, there is your premium, right? Couldn't make a higher high the same way NQ did. It showed weakness instead. We dropped lower. What did we cross right there at 840? What did we cross right here? 50%. We crossed it. Boom. So what is this right here? What is this right here? If we got our manipulation and then we we had a hot, well, I don't fuck, I think, sorry, I know I'm kind of cussing a lot today. That to me is the low risk short. It's just the next candle entry. First leg, right? What's after first leg? What comes after one? After the first leg comes second leg, right? It's a market maker sell model, isn't it? Original consolidation, manipulation, low risk short, first stage, boom, second stage. What was once bullish on the buy side of the curve becomes bearish on the sell side of the curve. You know this already. The law of the return. What you sow, you shall reap. Okay, boom. What was utilized to go higher, what was once bullish is now bearish. It showed evidence of that. Up candle. This is the only up candle here. There's no other up candle to reference until you get up here. But we've already crossed 50%. We've already had our first leg. Weak markets do not retrace. Weak markets do not retrace deeply. Okay? So what happens? We get a return into the up candle. Boom, I'm short. We go lower, break even, son of a bitch. Boom. Then we get our run. Okay? And then swoop right below the lows that I told you about way prior to that. Okay? Now, here's where some people's mind goes to. Okay? I'll explain it. I'll tell you what you've been thinking. This is what happens. After you do this for 11 fucking years, you'll be like this too, probably. If you went short and got broken even, or maybe like slight profit, maybe like $5-10, whatever. That anything less than like $50 is a break even to me. Okay. Once the market takes off, you're like, oh shit, I can't get in now. Now I have to watch the move unfold, because now the RR gets watered down, or you're scared. You don't want to sell because it's already shorted like 100, or that's not 100, maybe like 50, 60 points. You don't want to short anymore. I get that. I absolutely totally get that, because I'm the same way. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not shorting it now. You know, my stupid ass is out already. I'm fucking done with this shit. When we got our run, 55.72. I guess I deleted the level. Okay. We got it here, rallied one more time, and then dumped. And then we even got a measured move below that as well. You didn't count the measured moves today, did you? You didn't count the measured moves today. Nope. You gotta do the fucking work, folks. I don't know what to tell you. Boom. 20 points above yesterday's high. 20 points below those triple lows. Okay. Now, this is where shit got fun, at least for me. Okay. Why? Because let's do this. Let's go take a look at ES again. Right? And let's overlap NQ. Let's delete everything so we can clean this up a little bit. So we can look at it nice and crispy. Okay. What do you notice? What do you notice? What's good, Stephanie? Hot shot. Don't forget I'm live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. EST. Break even is 1 penny. Well, Ricky, you got to remember there's commissions and shit too. So that's why, like, for ES, a break even is like 2 ticks, maybe 3. For Nasdaq, it's like probably 2 or 3 points at least, because you got to account for slippage too, right? And yes, I've even been slipped like in a fucking demo account. or a paper account. I'm like, how the fuck do you get slipped in a demo? Like, it's bullshit. But, you know, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're going to incorporate commission and slippage, then you got to do it. ES lower, NQ higher. Okay. Felix said the same thing. I don't know what NW is, but I think he meant to say NQ. I think the W is right next to the Q over there. NQ didn't run the lows. ES did at the same time at 10. Dow was running I wasn't even looking at the Dow at that point down here. I was like, I'm the Dow, just throw the whole Dow away, honestly. Just throw it away. Just delete that shit. Just be like Lee Bright and delete that shit off the off your watch list. ES lower. See that? Yep. ES lower. That red looks pretty awful, doesn't it? We just use pink. That's fine. ES lower. What's NQ doing? That's higher. That's higher too. See that? My boy said sausage figures. That's bad. That's bad. Now, what did we go over yesterday? What did we go over yesterday? We went over what? Dow going lower, NQ going higher, and that Dow had the inversion model, but it would have been better if I traded NQ. Drop some twos in the chat if you guys remember that. This was 24 hours ago. Did we not talk about that? It was a small time frame. It was a small time frame, and I elected to trade Dow because it made the lower low, and I trusted the stop. But I told you that NQ would have been the better trade, right? Okay, there's at least a few of you in the chat today. Cool. Y'all can drop some likes as well. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay. So now what type of... I gotta stop eating lunch before the stream. What type of person would I be? What type of mentor would I be if I told you things and then didn't do them myself? Right? That would be fairly hypocritical, wouldn't it? Like, John, you say it along the leader and then you end up longing the laggard. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm gonna unsubscribe. Like, you're ass, bro. Even though you call levels in advance for Discord at no extra charge, but nah, you're just ass, bro. You know? I would agree. That'd be a pretty shitty thing to do if I didn't do the very things that I'm teaching you how to do. So if what I told you yesterday was, hey, I should have longed the leader and I didn't, right? That was just a mistake. I was admitting a mistake. It's still a good trade, right? Yeah. So today we get our leader. Now you see why I went long. Not on NQ, the micro NQ, but now you see why. Boom. There it is. There it is right there. Higher low at 10:05. What is 10 o'clock? What is that? What's that right there? Do you remember? $9:55, 10. Boom, 10 o'clock. What is that? You're right, Alex. It is a macro. Well, 10 o'clock's not a macro. The macro is actually 9:50 to 10:10, but 10 o'clock is inside of a macro, yes. But Naruto, right, it is the open of a new hour. Where's this inversion at? Below 10 a.m. open. This inversion got traded through at 10:15. So 10:20, what is that right there? Trading below the open of what? The 10 a.m. hour. Remember I taught you that with the matrix in the I really shouldn't have gave you this for free, but I'm always like, you know what? I'll just give it out. I really don't care. Like, I really don't. I don't. Remember this? The time compression matrix. You can break down an hour into many different segments. 2 30 minutes, 4 15s. I think it's 12 5s and 61 minute. You know, or 32 minute count, however you want to do it. But in the image that I gave you, I outlined you have the open of the hour, you have the open of the 30, the open of the 15, the open of the 5, and obviously every 1 minute candle has its own open as well. And so it's just a graphic depiction of, in this particular case, of buying below the open, right? Like buying this would be below the 30-minute open. Buying below this here or here would be the open of that last 15-minute candle. And then buying this right here would be buying below the open of the last 5 minute, I guess, of that hour, which is probably inside of macro as well. But I didn't try to do that. I didn't even put macros on here. That wasn't the point. But the point was, okay, look at this. Look at this. Do we have any imbalances here? Do we have any imbalances in here? Look at this shaded area here. Is there anything there that would signify, on the downside at least, like obviously there's a small gap right here and an imbalance right here. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about on the downside. Did we get any sort of imbalance or gap on the way lower? No. No, there's none. But you know what is there? On the way lower is a gap right there. See that? We tapped into that at 1020. A little bit of drawdown at 1021. 1022 is still respecting what? The 5 minute inversion. And then look, we took off. See that? So you see that down candle right here? That candle right there. What did I do with it? Put it somewhere. Can't see shit. My eyes are getting too old. Too old for this shit. Look at the candle I'm entering on. Now, mind you, for those of you that, you know, like all the details and stuff, we're obviously marking up NQ, but I traded MNQ. It's fine. Okay. I didn't want the risk associated with NQ today. I was like, oh, no, I don't want it. But 1 micro was fine with me. I'm like, okay, cool. That is the candle I'm entering on. I did enter near the high end of it. Okay. But did I spend a lot of time in drawdown? No. Easily went my way for a couple hours. We got this pullback here. And then again, we started to go higher. And then my stop went inside this imbalance, which eventually was knocked out just before the stream started. And I really didn't want to be managing a trade and streaming at the same time either. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. You know, that'll be it. So from 481 to 649. I don't know how many points. 40, 586. I don't know, 100 and some change, whatever it is. Okay. But that's it right there. This candle. 1 minute inverted gap inside of a 5-minute inverted imbalance below 10 a.m.'s open after a divergence. You see that shit? It's kind of a mouthful, right? If you want to be precise, though, you want to be super elite precision, slap the markets around, you got to know some shit. And that was just outside of the macro as well. But the macro gave us what? Not a run on liquidity, but for ES it did. And NQ gave us accumulation. So I was longing the leader. Boom. Too easy, chat. Too fucking easy. Now, I'm allowed to have some fun, all right? I told you I broke even on the short. I think it was here. No, originally it was up in here. Man, fuck, I don't remember. I don't know. I took so many break-even trades before. I think it was... here. I think it was that. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, that's fine. That ain't shit. And then we got the continuation. All right, but let's talk about upside for a minute. And again, I shit you not, it's in the Discord. Go look at it. Go every message, right? If you pull up the Discord on the computer, because I don't know about the phone, but I know if you go on the computer, you go into Discord, you take your mouse over a message and it will tell you what time it was. You can see exactly when I told you these things in the Discord to the exact minute. All right. And I told you that I said we have gaps in something else on the upside. I said, do you see it? I said, do you see it? There was a gap here, which we had already worked and traded around and everything. So that one, obviously you couldn't do anything with. But look up, right? Look up. Do we have anything? We have these highs here. And then what's above that? Right there. You see this right here? That's a gap right there. What's above that? What's right here? Equal highs. Now, mind you, it's a small time frame. Don't bother me one bit. So, should price trade above this high and then trade lower? No. Should it go into that gap and trade lower? No. It shouldn't do that because it shouldn't reverse at this high because it should go to at least that gap. If it goes into that gap, it shouldn't trade lower either because we have liquidity at these equal highs. And then you already know my opinion. If we get above the highs, we could go to these highs here. And if that's not a reversal, then at some point, these highs are going to get taken because those are low resistant highs on a higher time frame as well as CPI data high. And that's why I opened the stream with, that's where I think we're going. I could be wrong. We could consolidate, not do shit. You know what I mean? I'm not always right. But that's the justification. So if you think about it, you're way down here. Okay? No imbalances, but you do have one here and a gap. That, to me, that right there is basically the low risk buy of a market maker buy model. Make sense? Mind you, NQ doesn't take a low like ES did, but it showed accumulation instead. So that can still be based, like if you think about it, this right here is the manipulation portion of a buy model. So then right after that is the low risk buy. We really don't get any stages. I mean, there's a small retracement in here and then it just takes off. But what was once bearish should be bullish on this side. Does that make sense? So look at it. Look at it here. Now I could be wrong, okay? I mean, it's just a 1 minute time frame, and it doesn't always do things exactly as I would want them to. Okay. Gap on the way lower to accumulation, that should be an inversion. It is. Even though the 1 minute candle trades through it, again, it's fine. It doesn't trade to that low. It leaves this imbalance open. Not all of it. Remember, the first imbalance in a reversal is typically what? It's either a breakaway or it will not fill in. How do you trade with a super tight stop loss? Boom. Just gave it to you. I've given it to you before, but I know there's some new people in here as well. How do I know if an imbalance is going to be left open? It's the first one in a reversal, in my opinion, right? Does that get filled in? No. So that should be an inversion. This level of distribution, right? We have up candles that traded lower. So there was distribution here. This gap, or sorry, this imbalance with the gap inside of it. Okay. So everything that was utilized here to go lower should be utilized to go higher on the other side. That gap here, that imbalance that I deleted already, this level of distribution here, look at it, trades through it, back into it right there. See that? This imbalance gets traded through. What's price doing right here? What's price doing right there? Boom. Low end of this imbalance. It becomes an inversion to go higher. And then obviously, you know, price hasn't done anything as far as right now. We have this high and this low in our most recent range. So, I mean, this could trade lower. I'm fine with it because, again, I'm not in a trade right now. But do you at least understand why I went long, why it was NQ, and why I told you to start looking at gaps? Yes or no, chat? Yes or no? I typed a whole lot of messages today, so I don't remember. At 10:23. At 10:23. Let's go fucking investigate that shit. 10:23. I said we could reverse here, but it's hard to tell. 10:23 is right there. It's in a Discord. No shit. It's right there, baby. At 10:33. Oh man, I waited a fucking long time. I had to say something there. Not that I was trying to time everything today. But at 10:33, gaps on the way lower for NQ could be upside objectives if we seek upside. Lunch in about 30 minutes. Think about that. Gaps on the way lower could be upside objectives. So that means I'm pointing to what? At 10:33 a.m. right here, I'm pointing to what? That. I'm pointing to that right there. I said that could be an upside objective when it's right here. So what am I saying? I'm saying it's fucking bullish, chat. Even though I said it's hard to tell, it was hard to tell. Nonetheless, the reaccumulation, right? What about it? That's the discount end of the reaccumulation to go higher. Oh, but you know that there's like guys on Twitter that tell you to wait for a concept to be traded through. Do I fucking look like one of those goobers on Twitter? Do I look like them? No. Okay? They don't drive a Corvette. I fucking do. All right? So how about you listen to the idea that you can trade discount ends of concepts before they get traded through, okay? How about that? Are we good? I know my ego's kind of slipping a little bit, but fucking think about it. You got to wait for it to get traded. No, the fuck you don't. No, the fuck you don't. Look at a price chart. You can argue with me. You can argue with anybody else, but you know who you can't argue with? The printed candlesticks. You cannot argue that. It doesn't trade through it until here, and it becomes reaccumulation here, but it trades in the discount end. Admittedly, I didn't try to time it like that. That's just, honestly, that's coincidence. But at 10:33, when I told you upside, it's right at the low end of this reaccumulation. And I'm pointing to this, which becomes an inversion right there too. Guess what? Inside of a macro. That's fucking nasty, chat. Do y'all not see that? Look at it. Look at it. We might be lower a little bit right now. But that gap became an inversion to go higher. And that was a target that I gave you before we got there. This is what makes trading easy, bro. When you follow price, when you look at the things I tell you to look at, previous day high and low, data high and low, all that stuff. If you're bullish, because I saw those equal highs, and then I saw how we traded lower, then I saw that we left it, and I'm like, that's still got to be a target. And then even above that, it's got to be up here. So I want to be bullish. Am I buying this? Hell no. That's the low resistant lows. I'm not fucking buying that. Am I going to buy below these lows? Absolutely not. Because ES still has its downside target too. So I got to wait. You got to be patient. Let ES get to its target. NQ's under accumulation. First sign, one of our earliest signatures that the market is reversing is that gap and is that 5-minute inversion, because we do not have shit on the 1-minute time frame. You could go down to a 15-second. I won't argue that. I didn't do it. I don't think you need to do it either. If you want to, you can, but it's not necessary. That's it right there. Okay. Long. Where's your 1 to 2? Right there. There it is. Ooh, and we're trading lower. That's fucked. Now I'm super glad I got out. Yeah, draw down. No, don't like that. There's your 1 to 2 right there. If you, I'm about to show you some more shit. Look at this. See those 19,523.5? Remember that? Sell model. Just like ES. Consolidation. We ran higher. Manipulation. Here. We dumped lower. Arguably, this is the low risk short. First stage. Or you could say this is the first stage and then part of the second stage to go lower. So up candles could be shorted. Okay. Up candles could be shorted. We need to investigate up here for a second. Mitigation model right there. You have a mitigation and then an imbalance inside of it. That's my mitigation model right there. You see that? I would argue that that's the inversion model, but that's not really that great. So we may not have an inversion model to go lower. All right, maybe we don't. Oh no, I lied. It's right there. 838 to 839. There's a gap. Manipulation. That gap gets traded through. There's your inversion model. Well, my inversion model, but you can take the trade. Stop at the high. Aiming for equal lows. Your 1 to 2's right there. And that's not even to 523. That's way the fuck up here. There's equal low or low resistance lows right here, but even more so down here. So there's your 1 to 2 short. There's your 1 to 2 long. See how easy that is? And then guess what? Now, I don't care. Hell, we can make a new low of day, honestly. But you take 1 or 2 good trades and you're done. That's it. You log out. You're finished. You journal. You drop a like on the stream. You know what I mean? And that's it. And you don't try to do anything else. 1 or 2 good trades a week is all you need. But how many 1 to 2 opportunities based on the inversion model or the inverted gap model? It's two different concepts, but same context. They're both shifts in price delivery. If you're trading in the direction of liquidity, right? Finding liquidity, trade in that direction. Inverted gaps or inverted imbalances as entries, and the TP is 2 times whatever the risk is. Whatever the risk. If the risk is $100, TP is $200. If the risk is $500, TP is $1,000. It gets discretionary when you decide, okay, the 1 to 2 looks good, but my TP is below highs, so maybe I'll just extend it to the liquidity at the highs. I wouldn't be against you doing that. Or Ricky's over here trading fucking 2,000 contracts and shit. Like 20. Who's to say you can't take half off at a 1 to 2? And so you would take 10 off at a 1 to 2. You could take 5 off at the lows and then hold 5 for the 523 level. And that final TP, look at the RR on that. Oh, but high RR is a scam. It's a scam. How many times do I need to show you my entries? Do you not understand? If I'm entering on this candle, okay, based on that gap, all right, based on that gap. Now, I'm telling you, for full disclosure, my stop was at the low. But I've already told you how you can have tighter stops. The first imbalance in a reversal should not be filled in. My stop could go here. And guess what? If I'm aiming for these equal highs or way to fuck up here, okay, what do you think it got to? At the height of today, that's a 1 to 7, I think. If I can stretch it out. Yeah. At the height, that's a 1 to 7. High RR is not a scam. Your course seller might tell you that. You know? They might tell you that shit. But I'm telling you it's not. You literally saw the entry there. I showed you my entry and I showed you my exit. Right here. My exit was like right there. So that exit based on that tighter stop is just under a 1 to 5. High RR is not a scam. It's not a scam. I ain't going to tell you that it's consistent. I'm not going to tell you that, oh yeah, every trade you take is going to be a 1 to 8. No. That's literally the reason why I gave you the model as a 1 to 2 RR, and that's it. It's just high probability setups, low risk setups that repeat, if not every day, at least multiple times a week. Like, no shit, bro. Don't get me wrong. I love my mitigation model. It's fucking dirty, nasty. It'll rip your face off. But I do think the inversion model presents more opportunities, though. I'll say that. Do you guys agree or do you disagree? Do you guys think that there are enough opportunities throughout the week to utilize the inverted imbalance model or the inverted gap model? Either one. Agree or disagree? Yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I mean, hell, I showed you at least 1 or 2 today. I only took one because I took some break evens too. I'm not flawless, right? Some people think like, oh, John's a goat, John's this, that. Bro, I take break evens too. Hell, sometimes I take losses as well. Okay. Full disclosure, full fucking disclosure. Okay. But if you do shit like this and you follow the rules, you got equal highs, you got some gaps and shit in here, you got accumulation, that is a low risk, high reward setup. Even if you get out early, because I know some of you still complain about that too, right? Because that's exactly what happens. You take the 1 to 2. You're like, oh man, my TP hit in like 15 minutes and it ran without me. Right. But when I gave you the model, I told you that would happen. I said, yeah, every once in a while, you'll get near the low of the day, you'll get out at your 1 to 2, and then you'll realize that you could have had a 1 to 6 or 1 to 8. Or let's say we did end up getting CPI high and that bitch would have ran for like a 1 to 10 or 1 to 12 or some shit. So what? So what? It's not about that. It's not about home runs. It's not about being right. It's not about social media entries. It's not about catching the low. It's not about impressing somebody else. At the end of the day, it's about making money. That's what it's about. That's it. It's not about trying to catch 100 points in a 100-point move. It's not about that. It's about growing the account. I've taught you all the laws. There's probably a few more laws that I could probably come up with based on things I already know, not like new, but I'm saying out of all the things that I do know, I could probably have a few more laws. But if you utilize the 3 sections that I gave you, technical analysis, risk management, psychology. If you utilize the 3 correctly, you're good, bro. You're good. If you can get in near the low, if you can manage your risk, when you get it wrong, if you have the psychological skills to hold on to trades and to take partials at new highs and shit, how can you fail? Honestly, how can you fail? How? You fail when you start to over leverage. You fail if you hold on too long and don't take partials. Imagine if I was still in this. Imagine if I was still in this. Bro, I'd be mad as a bitch right now. Right? Because I think right here, I was up like right around 500 and some change or something. I don't know what it was. And then imagine being up 500 and some change and only seeing like $100, $150. Shit blows, right? I'd be mad as fuck. But that's not the case because I managed the trade, I think, pretty well. But like I always tell you guys, the targets don't always hit. I don't always get the final target. I mean, I told you at the beginning of the stream, I think we're going to go higher. And guess what? I was wrong. We went lower instead. Does it hurt? Well, my ego, maybe. I wanted to be right. I wasn't. Did I lose money? No. Did I have a green day on my funded account? You bet your fucking ass. That's it. It's not about being right. It's about making money. It's not about social media. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. All right, you guys good with that? So you're saying watch the 48 Laws video and go off on that? I mean, I think you should watch the 48 Laws video either way. I mean, in all honesty, if it was me, if I was a new student, or I'd say like, if you've been trading for 3 years or less, I would watch the 48 Laws video at least probably every week or until you get through it probably like 3 or 4 times. Or I would watch it on the weekend. Like watch the first third, take a break. I'd watch the second third, take a break, and then I'd watch the last third. And then I'd probably wait like a month and then do it again. because you will miss things the first time around. You won't learn to trust it until you see it in price. You know what I mean? That's why, and again, there's no ego here in what I'm about to say, but there's a reason that a lot of what I taught in the MLM industry, nobody else knew. Think about it. For those of you that remember me from IM or IML, whatever, you know in the back of your mind that I taught you shit that nobody else knew. Not a fucking soul but me. It was me. I brought a lot of smart money shit to that company. And you know this because you watched everybody. But I just happened to be a little bit different. A little bit different. There was a couple things that I taught you. You never heard a fucking soul but me. And that's because you will discover stuff on your own as well. You can tell me if I'm lying, chat. You can tell me if I'm lying. You can say, John, you're not original at all. Everything that you've taught me, I've learned from somewhere else already. You can tell me that. The chat is open. There's 50 something of you on here. I cannot control what you're typing on your keyboard or on your phone. You can type whatever you want. You could call me a fucking liar in front of everybody. You could do that. But you notice that people don't do that. Unless you're just like a troll, probably. But I taught you things nobody else knew. Because I knew things that nobody else knew. Because I've been doing this a long time and I study. And if you lose money trading too, which pretty much is everybody at the beginning of their journey, you will continue to lose money until you learn the right lessons. So there's a reason that all of this stuff works more than it doesn't. There's a reason I pointed to levels today in advance and they got there. I pointed to downside, we got it. I pointed to upside, we got it. The only thing I've been wrong about today was data highs, which we have not gotten. So does that make me flawed? Yes. I'm not 100% correct. But am I right more than I am wrong? I'll let you decide that. All right. So with that being said, y'all be blessed. Have an amazing rest of your day. Oh, that's why we got a lower high here and a higher high there on ES. Ooh, that's bad. And then Dow has these clean lows down here too. That's fucked. Oh, sorry. Last thing real quick on gold. Sorry. Last thing. This was not my trade. This was not my idea. This was somebody else. I saw it later, but you posted the screenshot right down here and this was magnificent. This was crispy, clean. This was absolute insanity. Gold took London's low, but we still had data high 730. Well, the candle is here. We went higher one more time and then lower. So data high for gold was 29 and a half. We took that London low and created an imbalance on the way doing it. Then we created another imbalance on the way higher. So we have the first imbalance in a reversal and the inversion model. That's why you don't see how it trades down here. Remember we talked about balanced price ranges the other day? How there's back and forth, back and forth. We didn't get back and forth in this imbalance or this one. We got one swoop lower, business, one candle higher. So all it has to tap into is that. And that's why that trade had no drawdown on that. I don't know where your entry was. But that's why it just pokes in there, doesn't trade to the low end, and then just rips for data high. That's beautiful. That was utterly disgusting. Honestly, I wish I would have traded that instead. I was over there fucking around with the indices. Should have been trading gold. You know what I mean? But that's okay. I can't watch every fucking market, which is one of the laws too. The law of aimlessness. You can't watch everything. But That is brilliant. Look at that. Look at that. Brilliant. All right. Now we can hop off of here. All right. It is Wednesday, which means we do not have a stream tomorrow, but we do have a stream on Friday the 14th. All right. So I will see you then. Don't do anything stupid between now and then. Be blessed. See you Friday.
You gonna have to keep up with me on here. Handle the business, I'm all man. We had to drink from a storm drain in front of the judge and the storm came. But I got it in like LeBron James. Don't give a fuck about ball main, but we'll put a dent in your ball fade. Dick in the den on the raw plate. I used to in the hallway. Brick of the grits, yelling fish, hit a sit, money legit. Buy you classic, rockin' the fit. Shit that I sip, more than your rent. I took a pledge when I came in the game. Gave that pussy nigga back in the chain. Diamond link on the beat when it hang. My bitch bad with a boot of the swing. Fake shit then polluted the game. Took a loss, stayed true to the game. Big boss bought a coupe in the range. Big dog got a shooter who aim. Wrong move, it'll cost you your brain. Finesse move, he finessing my dame. Fucked over, I ain't ashamed to admit it. Came back, then I ran up a ticket. I'm him, yeah, the gangster dish. Walked down, really spanking a nigga. Said they planning on yanking a nigga. On the ground, now I'm liking they pictures. No plate, pulling up in the runner. Hop out, this an animal issue. Surgical, when I am with a pistol. Swing cutters, drum, big ammunition. Nut, why I ain't an animal with it? Get away, gotta get to the clearing. Kill a junkie who was driving a witness. Burn the fingerprints after we finish. Tap in, tell gonna come get me. Hit Atlanta, laying low in the city. King Brandon, let me suck on your titty. Made her feel it in no ribbon or kidney. Diamond teeth when I lick on a kitty. Only thing, I ain't doing no kissing. Being played, I ain't getting my feelings. Sad thing, it was one of my niggas. Both ways, I get money or killer. No way, I ain't doing no stealing. Big gangster, really one of them niggas. Dennis Lyles, really one of them niggas. EMCC with dope in the ceiling. Anthony Reed, we controlling the building. You get on that button, you know how we living. I'm pushing that button, whoever won't get it. Big brick talking on the yard. Clientele up, blood it all. Met a plug, then I met a plug. I'm the only drug dealer on the wall. Mutual con, shout out to Quan. Betty go down from Mutual Quan. Then do it ain't going, see your Lord. I do my shit without a nigga knowing. Walk in, room, get the glowing. Place an order, but you didn't know it. Making babies lately, shipping boring. Breadwinner did it from the corner. I get the picture right now. Limited bitch, bite down. One of my wrists is iced out. Grillers on here when the lights out. I get the picture right now. Limited bitch, bite down. One of my wrists is iced out. Grillers on here when the lights out. Stop playing. Why is you playing? I am not playing. I'm in the yeah. I'm just saying. What is you saying? I do not say. I'm with your yeah. Stop. Right now. Limited bitch, bite down. One of my wrists is iced out. Grillers on here when the lights out. Z06 Chanel on the seat. Put them on feet. Fuck up the street. Diamond my link. Diamond my teeth. 9's a feet. But me to speed. Yeah. Cocaine, sexy motherfucker. Uptown flexing in the gutter. Was broke, now I'm flexing for the summer. Back then, ain't nobody love me. Cleats on stomping in the jungle. Let's get ready for the rumble. We'll ski at your own stutter. Talk live at your own mumble. Real fly jacket, how I'm coming. Freshest in the district, but I'm humble. Dealing with addiction, I'm a junkie. Losing weight, running to the money. Having plenty paper, been a custom. Leaving out a tailor, get it custom. Pray my baby, make it in through custom. Fuck a center right back to a country. Puerto Rican Johnny, know I love you. Minds have changed, form it kinda cut me. Pouring drink, still like it muddy. Freaking bitch, still like I'm slutty. Kitchen phone ring, breaking down the whole thing. 252 in every pot, 9 a piece, a whole thing. Mixing H with quinine, take a 1-2 whole thing. Miley grit, supply the strip, provide a trip on private planes. Read a book, then took a nap, enjoy the things that powder brain. Haters hate that's on the day, expected that when power came. Overseas, the hours changed. Spent the weekend counting change. Regular shit, I'ma go in a minute. Pulling garages and open the fender. Won't talk to a hoe, throw the rope in the dentures. Get out of pocket, you go on restriction. All of my comments, I pay no attention. Militant men with a militant interest. Muslim seeking in need of a lender. Stay on your dean and he know that we mentions. Try to come pay me, I'm dodging a visit. He know it's illegal to charge him an interest. Food for the homeless who sleeping on benches. You play with my sister, you know that it's tension. Carpenter, way I be nailing shit. Carpenter bitches, they waiting to bill it. Plumber with pipe in the side of the diggers. The bitch get equipped with a mini extension. Sauce on the table, the way to come get it. My cup running over with flavor, I'm dripping. Thumbing through paper, I'm not coming giggers. You probably won't see me unless you coming with it. Hit my lieutenant, he trailing the Bentley. But something exclusive and it's not a sim. My window not tinted. I want you to see all the jewelry I got on my shit going digit. I'ma unblock everybody on Insta. I'm living like that. I know you get the picture. I get the picture right now. Limited bitch, bite down.